Welcome to the Aegean Airlines Pro-Am in Costa Navarino, a golfing event that is regarded as one of the finest Pro-Ams in the world. The region of Messenia in the southwest of mainland Greece once again plays host to the tournament, an area that is renowned for its incredible coastline, production of its famous olives, and in recent history, recognized as a world-class golfing destination. Intertwined between the rolling hills and surrounded by the backdrop of the Ionian Sea, the Bernhard Langer-designed courses are an impressive place to host the 62 teams that have travelled from all over the world for this prestigious Pro-Am. There are two main competitions that are up for grabs this week. All teams in attendance are competing for the Team Championship, staged over 2 days across Costa Navarino's two signature golf courses, the Bay and the Dunes. And the professionals play 3 rounds of golf to decide the overall champion. The pros competing this week have come from around the globe, with golfers from the European Tour, Challenge Tour and the Ladies European Tour. Jake Roos is back to challenge for the title he won in 2015. The South African carries with him a big reputation, as well as length off the tee that could give him the edge he needs this week. Sophie Walker is representing the LET. Can she be the second female to win the tournament after Carly Booth's success back in 2016? And the charismatic Italian Alessandro Tadini comes into this week in good form. A regular on the Challenge and European Tour, when he gets into a good rhythm, he's a golfer that can score well. Also from Italy, 3-time winner of this tournament, Nicolo Gaggiero, at a competition he clearly enjoys.
I really enjoy this tournament. It's a great week for me, and courses are great, conditions are perfect, so I really enjoy to be here.
And finally, Henrik Engdahl, a Swedish golfer now based in Greece. The 2-time winner who first tasted victory in this tournament back in 2007 is this year's defending champion, having claimed an emotional win at last year's tournament, only a few weeks after the passing of the Pro-Am's creator, the late, great Mr. Theodore Vasilakis, his close friend, golfing pupil and chairman of Aegean Airlines.
Henrik, fantastic memories from last year. Tell us all about him.
Well, I'm still riding on that wave. That was just an amazing week last year. And I hope I will sort of continue to ride on that wave through this week as well.
And among the amateur golfers, some top sportsmen, including basketballer Joe Alaukas, rugby star Max Evans, and World Cup winning footballers Christian Carambeau and Laurent Blanc. We spoke to Laurent on the practice day about what it means for him to play golf here in Greece.
It's the first time I came in Costa Navarino. Look, it's fantastic. It's a view fantastic. It's a zone very, very nice, and the weather is very good. The course is perfect. So it's a great time.
A great time will indeed be had. Coming up on the show, we'll take a look at the leaders of the team and pro competitions from both days 1 and 2. Ex-European Tour player Liam Bond will talk us through the key areas of the Dunes course that could be the difference in winning this tournament. And we'll have all the action from the final round of the pro competition to find out who has what it takes to lift the trophy here at the 14th Aegean Pro-Am. Before the competition got underway, the golfers were invited to an incredible reception where they were welcomed to the tournament.
It's the 14th Aegean Pro-Am, which I believe is the best in Europe. So we are extremely happy and proud to have it in Costa Navarino.
Relative to when we started, the destination is richer. It's got many more choices in golf courses. It's going to be 4 golf courses in a year and a half from now. So we're celebrating the maturity of golfing in Costa Navarino and the maturity of Aegean as an airline serving Greece, and particularly this area as well.
Indeed, this is a special year for Aegean. We celebrate the 20th anniversary of Aegean Airlines, 20 years of operations, and of course the celebration event for the 20 years will be the gala dinner.
All our other events were in the summer, so I think autumn actually is my favorite time of the year for Costa Navarino. It's much more greener, it's a bit cooler, so it's easier to play golf, and the nature and the environment is completely different. And I'm very happy to have our friends experience also this destination in autumn.
We will host 62 professionals. They are all distinguished. They come from 24 different countries of the world. So we expect a high competition and we expect to see surprises.
It's wonderful to see that in a country where golfing was effectively non-existent until a few years back, we can have an event and a destination for an event that can rise to that level. So certainly it's some satisfaction for all the work that's been done, both by Costa Navarino and by Aegean in trying to make this an institution.
Both courses in this week's competition will be played simultaneously, the Bay and the Dunes, and Sophie Walker met up with the director of golf, Nuno Sepulveda, to speak about the differences between the two tracks.
Nuno, thank you for having us in Costa Navarino. So 2 golf courses this week. What can we expect from the Dunes course?
Well, it will be long. It will be much longer than Bay. Will be, the wind will play into it a little bit, so it will be make it more difficult to judge some of the greens. And Bay will be more tricky greens, okay? So it's more undulated greens, more difficult to keep the ball on the green, but will be good fun still. 2 different challenges, but still very interesting.
Yeah, I've noticed there's lots of high tee shots like this one.
Like number 6, correct. So
yeah.
It's, sometimes for a lot of the players, especially the amateurs, it's very difficult to judge some of the shots. But as from a golf challenge point of view, Dunes will be more challenging throughout the week.
And then the Bay course is obviously where the views are, which is famous for.
People just get in love with it.
Yeah. I find if my golf's bad, at least I've got the views.
Correct, and the majority of people, because they do find the golf balls at all times, and they have a lot of fun and they take a lot of selfies. So
yeah.
It's kind of a selfie golf course.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, pleasure, thanks for coming.
I hope that I survive the golf courses. If not, I can take some nice photographs.
No, you will,
Yeah.
Don't try it.
On to the team championship, where the 2 best scores from the team of 4 would count on each hole. And it was the footballers team that started the day well, led by tour professional Joe Herity with Laurent Blanc, Antoine Combouer and Christian Carambeau. Super tee shot from Christian to set up a birdie putt for a net eagle. Which unfortunately he missed, but took his time on the follow-up to make sure of his net birdie. Time for high fives all around, I think. Well done to Team Herity. They finished the day in 4th spot on a total of 90 points. Christos Nikopoulos guided his team around the Bay on day 1 to a total of 91 points, which was good enough for 3rd spot. Amateur golfer Nikos Krokos on the scenic 3rd hole, knocking it close for a birdie net eagle and a valuable 4 points to add to the tally. Team Parry had a great day on the course, picking up 92 points. Liliana Vesely was scrambling well, but perhaps a little too aggressive on the green. Great score though, and they finished the day in 2nd spot. But it was the team led by Canadian professional golfer Mike Burrows that stole the show on day 1. Anka Mathieu showing great skills to work her way up and down from a tough spot on the par 3 14th on the Dunes course. Great golf and a fantastic 96 points would mark a great day for their team. Confirmation then of the team sitting at the top of the leaderboard, still all to play for heading into the 2nd round. Moving on to the professional championship, and we start with Benjamin Nicolai on the scenic par 5 3rd on the Bay course. A great opportunity for the golfers to go for it in 2, and that's exactly what the Frenchman did. And followed that shot by coolly slotting home the eagle putt to end the day on 2 under for a share of 7th place. We certainly did. After a double bogey on the 2nd, Nicolo Gaggiero bounced back well with 4 birdies on the back 9. Former three-time winner finished the day on 2 under as well, 7th place on the leaderboard. Austrian professional Jack Eckhart started his tournament on the Dunes course and picked up some great shots on his back nine. Here at the testing par 3 14th, he pulled off a delightful tee shot and duly slotted home the birdie putt. One of 4 that he had on the back nine, finishing his round at 3 under par. The hidden face of Italian Alessandro Tadini scored a bogey-free round on day one. He wasn't happy on the 13th, despite almost chipping in from the green. Clearly very high standards when it comes to his short game. Ian Campbell managed 5 birdies in round 1 and just the 1 bogey. Only just missing this birdie attempt on hole 12 meant that he finished on 4 under, which was good enough for joint 3rd place. Good golf from the Englishman. The big-hitting Steve Parry almost drove the green on 12, which set up a nice eagle attempt, a delicate chip and run, and left him the easiest of birdie putts, and that meant that he finished the day on 5 under for a share of the lead. A share of the lead with this man, the 2018 Aegean Airlines champion, Henrik Engdahl, once again in great form. His round started with a beautiful tee shot down the wonderful first on the Bay course, and it continued to go well for the Swede, who's now based in Crete. Henrik has also been playing a vital role in the development of golf in Greece, working alongside the PGAs of Greece over the last few years. He wasn't overly happy with his approach on the par 5 15th, but he more than made up for that with a great putt, rolling it in for a long-distance birdie. The defending champion looking very good once again. Could it be Henrik's year once more? Confirmation then of Henrik's scorecard, a total of 7 birdies on the day with 2 bogeys, leaving him at 5 under par and the joint lead with Steve Parry. We caught up with Henrik after his round.
Henrik, 5 under for the day. Tell us about today's round.
It was quite solid, I need to say. Putted well, good ball striking, just made 2 stupid errors, but apart from that I played really well.
And how does this set up tomorrow's round? What's your thoughts going into the Dunes?
It all depends on the weather. If it stays nice and not too breezy, 2-3 under, 2 under. So, you never know. A few mistakes here and there, and all of a sudden you're 5 over. So, we'll see.
Confirmation of the scores from round 1, and it's a tightly packed leaderboard. Henrik and Steve leading the way, but there's a number of golfers in that top 10 that are more than capable of going on a run in round 2. Stick with us then to find out what happens in the second round, with more golf action from Costa Navarino to come after the break. Welcome back. Before we get back to the action, let's hear from the PGAs of Europe Chief Executive Ian Randall about the importance of this tournament to the game of golf in Greece.
Aegean Airlines have had a passion for the sport. Mr. Vasilakis' vision to give back, to grow the games. We started in Crete 14 years ago now, through to where we are now, and it's the once a year when they shine a showcase on what Greek golf has to offer. When I'm at home and I say I'm attending this event, you get people saying, I don't know, not very aware of golf in Greece and how many courses there are, etc. And to be able to explain that, what Costa Navarino is doing here to create a destination more than just a resort, I think that stands Greek golf in good stead, both domestically. They've got a great academy there, and they're bringing through some great young kids, but also obviously internationally to the tourists, because quite honestly, we've got 2 great golf courses here, and I think there's 2 or 3 more on the way.
Back out on the course, it was the deciding round for the team championship. Greek professional Christos Nikopoulos was leading by example. An excellent approach at the long par 4 ninth on the Dunes course, leaving him just a few feet for a well-deserved birdie. Adding to his team's tally, which come the end of the round totalled an excellent 182 points, good enough for third place in this year's tournament. The French footballing team had another great day on the course, and this time it was Antoine Combuer who was scoring well. Despite leaving this putt well short, he followed it up with a decent effort to pick up more valuable points for his team. Followed by a great celebration too. 184 points then for Team Herity and second place in the bag. But there was no catching the Canadian and Romanian combination of Mike Burrows, Ionut Georgiescu, Anca Mathieu and Dorin Mathieu. And it was Dorin who knocked it nice and close at the closing hole on the Bay course. They needed 2 pars to guarantee the win, and despite a scary downhill putt, they managed it, with professional Mike Burrows finishing off the job and securing 187 points as a final total to claim the title in style. Well, nearly. Safety first from the Canadian, as he made absolutely sure of knocking this one in. Cue the celebrations.
Champion! Hey! Well done!
Anka's the highlight. She made 2 birdies today.
It was a really lucky day for us.
It was a real team, when 2 guys were out of the hole, 2 of them kept us in, so now it's good. They were amazing. Yesterday was fantastic.
Confirmation then of the team championship scores, and despite Team Herity containing some competitive golfers in the shape of World Cup winners Laurent Blanc and Christian Carambeau, they couldn't catch Team Burrows with 187 points and an impressive win. On to round 2 of the professional championship. The Italian Federico Eli was moving in the right direction on day 2. He carded a round of 3 under par and showed excellent recovery skills from the bunkers in a round that included an eagle and 3 birdies. 3 under was good enough for joint 6th place. The Italian contingent was strong this year. Guglielmo Brevetti also featured in the top 10 after round 2. He carded 3 birdies in a row on the back 9 and pushed himself into contention. Former winner South African Jake Roos also made it to 4 under par with some excellent iron play. Elsewhere, defending champion Henrik Engdahl had a quieter second round. His iron play wasn't as sharp as day 1, which meant he wasn't creating as many birdie opportunities for himself. Importantly, though, he wasn't dropping shots either, but he wouldn't be leading the tournament going into the final round. However, last year, Henrik came from behind to take the title. He'll need to do that again if he's going to make it 2 years in a row. A double bogey on hole 16 meant that his total now stood at -6, which was good enough for third place. Henrik then, still pretty well positioned heading into the final day. 3-time winner Nicolo Gaggiero had a superb round with an eagle and 5 birdies. This superb tee shot on the par 3 14th was one of those 5, as he climbed up the leaderboard all the way into second place on 8 under par. Nicolo Gaggiero once again in great form. Could he make it an unprecedented 4th win? But it was Alessandro Tardini that led the way after the second round. The Italian carded an astonishing 8 birdies on the Dunes course and only dropped 1 shot. He certainly rode his luck on the green at times, but if you want to win a tournament, that's exactly what you need. The 15th was a great example of that, where the ball was in, out and back in again. A great score of 10 under means that he has a 2-shot lead going into the final round.
Take your camera and go.
Confirmation then of the leaderboard, and it's going to take some effort to catch an in-form Alessandro Tardini. An incredible 7 under par on the Dunes course has set him up for a great chance of securing the title. Can Henrik fight back, or can Nicolo continue his good form into the final round? One thing's for sure, it's Tardini's tournament to lose. Can the Italian hold his nerve? At the end of day 2, an incredible social event was organised for the participants with the theme of the 90s. A time to celebrate, dance and give prizes to the winners in the amateur competition. First though, a word from World Cup winner and current sporting director of Olympiacos, Christian Carambo.
And again, I would like to thank the organization, because without the hard work, the teamwork, and of course the commitment they always gave every day to give every time a successful event, because today we are already in 14 editions, and I would like to thank all of you. Well done, and I hope that we will come back again stronger, bigger, and of course here in Greece. Thank you again. Thank you for coming. Thanks.
Women's longest drive on the Dunes course, Liliana Vasiliou. Men's longest drive, Joshua Dooley. On the Bay course, Carolina Duranti. Men's longest drive on the Bay, Harry Christophe. Nearest the pin on the Dunes course, Cristiana Della Valle and Stefano Gadaldi. Men's nearest the pin on the Bay was Panagiotis Kazas. In the bronze division, it was Team Agster that won on the Bay and Team Ellie on the Dunes. In the silver division on the Bay course, congratulations to Team Tarini, and fellow Italians, Team Zanini won on the Dunes course. And finally, in the gold division, Team Phillips came out on top on the Bay, and South Africans Team Fakalbi took the title on the Dunes. Congratulations to all the winners. As we move into the final round, we caught up with the guys in contention before they teed off.
Now you have 2-shot lead over Gajero. What's the plan today?
No any plan. I play my game. If you stay calm like yesterday, and my putting working same yesterday is great for me. But I not in my mind is quiet today for I think only shot by shot.
Nicola, final moments before your final round. Tell us what your thoughts are.
I'm feeling pretty good, but you know there's a lot of good players to beat, so it will be a nice battle.
I don't know, to be honest, just play my game and don't look too much at the numbers, just enjoy the day.
I want to stay focused on my game and play the same game of yesterday, I hope so, and I hope my putt will be as yesterday.
Does it help for you the fact you're in the last group as well? You can see the picture, you can see what's going on?
Absolutely. I'm surrounded by 2 Italians today, so I'll see if I can chase them. Yeah.
Well, we wish you all the very best for today's round.
Thanks a lot, madam.
I love it. The Italians have got Henrik surrounded, and he is one of their compatriots, Federico Elli. We've seen him play some terrific golf on this course over the last couple of years. And this is a nice shot as well. With these conditions, if you get a good contact on the ball, it's going to spin. And Federico covering that fact very nicely. Former winner Jake Roos of South Africa won on his debut here at this event. And he's always there or thereabouts. This will spin as well. 2 wonderful shots. Now, Steve Parry, the English pro, didn't have a great time on the Dunes course first time around, shot 3 over. But I think he'll have learnt a few lessons on his way round. And I've got a funny feeling that Parry will try and mount a serious challenge on this final round. Back to Roos to see if he can convert for a birdie. He'll know more than anybody these need to drop, and that's a beautiful read. No wonder he's celebrating. That's a great start from the South African, which puts just a touch of pressure here on Ellie. Usually got a smile on his face as the young Italian pro. This will make it even broader if he can roll this one in. Oh, that is magic. Beautiful golf then from Federico and Jake. Now the leader's about to start their round on the Dunes, and Liam Bond is taking a look at the tee shot at the first.
So here we are on the first hole of the Dunes course at the beautiful Costa Navarino. It's a 440-yard par 4, which is a difficult opening hole, and it usually plays straight into the wind, and you need to get your tee shot away into the little gap there on the left-hand side. You can see the 2 bunkers on the right. Anywhere right of that is pretty much out of bounds and dead. And just on the left there's the water hazard, which is probably about a 240 yard carry to make sure you're over that on the left if you do pull it. So it needs a very precise shot, middle of the fairway really, to leave yourself 190 yards, I suppose, from a good tee shot into the wind, second shot, which is pretty tricky for me, being an old fella, but we'll give it a whiz. That should do nicely. That's right in the middle of the fairway, leaving me about 200 yards to the flag.
Here we go then, first big test of the day for our tournament leader Alessandro Tadini in this final group with Engdahl and Gajero. And that looks to me like he's drilled it straight down the middle, safely negotiated. And he said he was going to take it shot by shot. He said he was feeling relaxed heading into this final round. And Tadini proves exactly that. Away they go then. More action from the 14th Aegean Airlines Pro-Am coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Dunes course at Costa Navarino for the 14th Aegean Airlines Pro-Am. All the pros are out on the course and we've got time to join PGA pro Liam Bond on the 6th for his bird's eye view of this very scoreable par 4.
So here we are on the 6th hole at the Dunes at Costa Navarino. It's a drivable par 4. It's 310 yards, but it probably plays at elevation is probably about 30 or 40 down, so it's playing about 270, 260, 280, something like that. Downwind it's playing at the moment, so it's a little bit trickier than it normally is because the pin's on the left-hand side, as you can see there. If you go for the pin, it's a very small area you're landing on. When it bounces, if it goes over the green there, it's out of bounds. So it's a tricky shot. You want to be going to the right-hand side of the green, the middle of the green really, and trying to make 2 putts for an easy 3. So if you're in the tournament in the mix-up, it's a good hole to try and make 2 or 3 if you want to catch up. But guys can't really afford to make 4 here because you're going to be losing ground on the rest of the field. So it's a shot that you really have to take on, but you don't want to be going for that flag on the left-hand side. I usually hit a cut driver here. Some of the guys will be going there with a 3-wood, maybe some of them a 5-wood. Some of the big boys will be hitting a 5-wood on there, but they'll probably hook it out of bounds anyway. I'll be going for a little cut with the driver. Okay, let's see where this goes. Oh dear. That's about 20 feet behind the hole, that with the driver cut flight. I won't be hitting that shot in the tournament because if I get that wrong and it goes too far, it'll be out of bounds. But at the moment, I'll go and roll that in for an easy 2.
You've got to love it when a plan comes together. Beautiful shot from Liam Bond. Tournament leader Alessandro Tadini would love something very similar. Brolly's out. Rain forecast and heavy rain forecast on this final day. So the players know they can be aggressive towards the greens. Yeah, Tadini didn't hit the target like Liam Bond. Henrik Engdahl then trying to do the same. Oh, just needed a kick there. Got into the bunker. That wasn't far away, you know, from being absolute perfection. Sweden's Raimo Sjöberg on the 4th birdie opportunity. Oh, he fancied it, didn't he? Not quite, but he's looking pretty sharp, is Raimo this morning. Straightforward tap in then for Sjöberg. Back to Tadini. This is where his tee shot finished, so needs a bit of elevation, which means it will stop. And if he's got his clubbing right, that'll work out very nicely indeed. He was just sublime yesterday, Alessandro, as was this man. I think Nicolo Gajero knows you rarely get 2 days as good as the one that he had yesterday in a row, but he's determined to go after it. Now, more wonderful control from him. Now, touch unlucky for the defending champion, Henrik Engdahl. Wet sand. Got to get this up pretty sharpish. This is not easy. Yeah, and that was always on the cards. One of the players navigating the sixth with finesse was England's Steve Parry. A solid start, and then he birdied 4 in a row, jumping up the leaderboard at 6 under par after 9 holes. And despite a heavy rain shower in the morning, a cluster of players completed the front 9, mostly unscathed, on 36, including our tournament leader, Alessandro Tadini. Henrik then unsighted in terms of his route to the flag on the 13th. Unfortunately for him, dropped 3 shots, the defending champion, on the front 9, but he did birdie the last. And he's carrying a bit of momentum into this hole. Fabulous chip from last year's champion. Ian Campbell been struggling a bit today off the pace, currently at 2 over par. His approach to the par 4 15th. And some redemption. Nearly straight in for Ian. Tap-in birdie assured there for him. Engdahl then, after a very nice approach, classic golf from Henrik Engdahl last year to win on the final day. And he's waking it up again. Back-to-back birdies for Henrik. Training in the off-season is becoming more and more vital to ensure golfers can maintain their form through the winter months. One way of doing that is to train indoors. We spoke to Oliver Riepel about the benefits it can bring.
We're looking here at the QED golf system. It's a 3,000 frames per second dual camera system. We are using a marked ball. It collects more or less all the available ball data we get at the moment. It also has club head speed, club path and phase angle. I'm a PGA professional myself. I know how it's working. If you tell them you're doing that, they don't believe you sometimes. Now you have the video referee. There comes a video which gives you kind of a replay of that's what happened. That's the proof of that. The data is so good that you cannot tell if it's real or not. So it will not get better as the reality.
15th, second shot for Federico Eli at this par 4. It's been a bit of give and take for the young pro today. Scored a few, but given a few back, and homing in on the pin on almost every shot. So another great chip from Federico. Short game in good nick. Steve Parry having a much better day on the dunes second time around. Flying with 5 birdies so far, just the 1 bogey. And certainly moving into contention for second place, and that is unlucky. Lipped out. I don't think Steve can believe that either. So tap in for Steve. But just like every good pro, he's learned his lessons from his first round on the dunes, which was not the happiest of experiences, and he's come out firing on all cylinders here in the final round. Looking very good indeed. Back to Ellie, looking to convert after that fine approach. And does so. He is so tidy, up and down golf from this man, and surely a title here at the Aegean Airlines Pro-Am can't be too far away for him. Stefan Still then for par at the 16th, just dropped the 1 shot so far today. And remains the case. Nicely rolled in. Back down the course to 15. Henrik Engdahl in great position to score again here if he can just get this chip right. Beautifully done. You can see how receptive the greens are. And if you get your clubbing right, you're going to be handing yourself opportunities all day. So another birdie chance for Engdahl. Tadini from just off the fairway in the light rough, so won't get quite as much control, but the green will make up for that. Nicely judged by Tadini. Beautifully flighted shot once again from him. He's playing so relaxed today. Par 5 16th, Federico Eli right in the middle of the fairway. I mean, this is position 8 for his 3rd shot. Again, lovely relaxed compact swing, and once more threatening the target. Now Engdahl needs this birdie chance to go to 5 under, rolled in. Tidy golf from the Swede. Just wants to put a bit of pressure on his playing partner Tadini, but will he be able to do that? Federico Eli putting a nice round together on the final day, and that's another cracking putt. He is playing with such assurance. Tournament leader Alessandro Tadini has not put a foot wrong. A solid long game, very accurate short game, and putting precision have all been part of his round today, despite the conditions earlier on. And this was a masterclass of course management for a birdie on the par 4 16th. Tadini then, still the man to beat. Join us after the break for the best of the final day's action. Welcome back to the closing stages of the 14th Aegean Airlines Pro-Am here at Costa Navarino in Greece. Let's get back to the action. Par 3 17th, Italian Federico Eli putting together a fine charge on the back nine. Birdied 15 and 16 to bring him in contention in that battle for second place that he's having with Steve Parry. And that's another excellent tee shot, really close to the pin. And looking for birdie number 3 on his run back to the clubhouse. And here's the man that he's battling for second with. England's Steve Parry posted 4 birdies on the front 9. Looking to make amends after dropping 3 shots yesterday. And he's played some steady golf here today with approach shots like that. It's not hard to see why he is in contention. Back to Eli on the 17th. Another glorious tee shot. Can he follow it? Yes, he can. It's a hat-trick of birdies for Federico Eli. And that is some charge. What a strong finish from the young Italian. And that makes the putt for Steve Parry here at 17. That little bit more ticklish. Tricky 10-footer then to take him to 6 under and strike another blow in this fight for second place. Beautifully holed. He's a very good player. Crowd around this 18th green enjoying that one. And that's a fine finish. 6 under par then for Parry. Back to our tournament leader, 11 under. Nobody's really touched him today. Italy's Alessandro Tadini has been leading from the front all day. And as he explained it to us on the first tee earlier today, he's quiet in the mind. He's very relaxed. He's playing some super golf. He's not let anybody put him under pressure. Back to Stefan Still. Not quite been able to put the final round together that he wanted, but not bad. And so he holds out as well to finish up his round alongside playing partner Stephen Parry. They've had a pretty good day out there today. Defending champion Henrik Engdahl will know that that defence of his title is going to come up just short, as indeed that tee shot has. Well, he's having a good long look at that, but hopefully it's playable. Third shot for Federico Eli. Looking for a tidy finish to what has been a stunning back nine. He's had a real game plan on the longer holes and it's worked. There we go. Engdahl can get a club to the ball. And a bit of wily experience used there. Beautifully done by the former champion, I think it's safe to say now, Henrik Engdahl. Going to concede his title to the man that he's just handed the flag to, Alessandro Tadini. But a bit of work to be done just to preserve the score at the moment. Engdahl rolls that in for par then at 17. Just not quite been able to get it rolling today. Now this for just a classic finish. And also this to beat Steve Parry into second place. Not going to be. So it will be a tie. If he can roll that in, Federico Eli and Steve Parry for second. And runner-up at the Aegean Airlines Pro-Am for 2019. But as I said earlier, it can't be far away, a title for this young man. And he knows it. He's played some stunning golf today. But this man has been the business. Alessandro Tadini has managed everything so well, including that. And when you're relaxed, when you're playing great golf, these things happen. Beautiful, beautiful chip from Tadini. And that has put the lid on this championship. Nobody's going to catch him now. The golfing gods smiling on Alessandro, as they have in the past on Nicolo Gaggiero. Three-time winner of this event, remember. Such a calm, relaxed character. And he will not be relaxed after that. He's one of these players that he's just terrifying. When he gets the putter hot, he scores beautifully. Did it on day 2, hasn't been able to repeat it on day 3. Some frustrations for Nicolo. On to the final hole then, and surely it's going to be safety first from Alessandro Tadini. No need for any swashbuckling golf down the last. And he struck this one beautifully. Straight down the middle. And our chance to hear one more time from European Tour pro Liam Bond on the tactical approach to this long par 5.
Here we are on the 18th at the Dunes, par 5. It's a strong par 5, usually playing into the wind. Some of the guys, the longer hitters here, can possibly get this green in 2. It's one of those ones where I've never really gone for it in 2. I like to lay up to a favourite yardage, which is about 100 yards I've got here, into the wind with a little bit of elevation. If at any point the pin is on the front of the green, sometimes they have it on the front left here, then it's a more precise shot. Then you can pitch it behind it and you can spin it back into that hole. So it's an easier pin position. The pin's at the back today, so what I don't want to do is hit the 100-yard shot because it's going to pitch and spin back down that hill. So I'm going to hit a pitching wedge, try and take some spin off it and hit a nice controlled shot. It's one of those holes really where if you're chasing the lead, then it's going to force you to go for it. And if you've got the power, then maybe you can pick a shot up here. But let's see what I can do with this wedge shot. Hopefully that doesn't spin too much. It looks pretty good. We'll go and tap it in for birdie.
Words of wisdom from Liam Bond. And some wisdom here as well from Alessandro Tadini. No need to go pin chasing here. So he's going to lay up. He'll know what his favoured wedge distance is and he'll be putting it into a roundabout there. Yeah, less than 100 yards then for Tadini to claim this year's title. So he's kept it together on the final round today. Just needs to keep it together on this approach. And there we go, the champion in waiting. He's got that to win in style. So no pressure at all as Alessandro Tadini closes out his round here at the 14th Aegean Airlines Pro-Am. A simple tap in then and victory is assured. Congratulations to Alessandro. Playing partner Henrik Engdahl finishing with a par and 4 under for the tournament. But Gaggiero fell away in the end, dropping to 2 under par. The star though of this year's tournament is definitely the Italian, Alessandro Tadini. Confirmation then of his scorecard. It's a stellar performance, finishing with a 69 for the day and 6 shots clear of anyone else at 12 under par. And a wonderful round from his compatriot Federico Eli meant he jumped up the leaderboard to finish joint second.
Alessandro, he's a great player. It's always a pleasure to have kind of battles with him. I'm honored to fight with him. I had a slow start on the first round, but then I kept going through the second and third, so I'm really happy about the result of this week.
Alessandro, congratulations, the 14th Aegean Airlines Pro-Am champion. How do you feel?
Fantastic. It was a great week. I play long game very, very well. 3 days, very, very, very solid. The difference was yesterday because putting and long game, beautiful. I was many chances in the back 9 to make birdie, 12 close, 13 close, 15 close, 16 I play in safe. I play rescue the tee, 5 iron second shot, and gap wedge third shot. I put 2 meters and then 1 putt, and 17, I missed the green just on the side left and chipping run in. I think only play your game, you stay quiet, and the result is coming. I am very happy.
Once again, congratulations on being the champion this week.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Aegean. Thank you for all sponsors. Thank you, Costa Navarino. It's a beautiful place, and see you next year. Bye bye.
So here's how this year's tournament finished. Alessandro Tadini shooting an almost faultless 69 to extend his winning margin to 6 shots and take the crown. Round 1 leaders Steve Parry and Federico Elli battled the difficult conditions on the final day to share the runners-up spot. And to the incredible gala dinner, celebrating 20 years of Aegean Airlines, hosted by Eleonora Meletti.
We can celebrate together the 14th Aegean Airlines Pro-Am, a week full of high scores, great shots and unforgettable team moments for the 62 teams and 248 players from all around the world. And this is a great reason to celebrate, but this is not the only one, because tonight we are celebrating also the 20-year path of Aegean Airlines.
Congratulations to Team Burrows for winning the team competition, scoring 187 Stableford points.
He is an incredible player and he's proven it once again by shooting an incredible score. With 200 strokes, which is 12 under par, so a margin of 6 shots over second place, Mr. Alessandro Tadini.
Alessandro takes to the stage to receive the trophy and the winner's check. A worthy champion of the individual professional event. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next year.